Hey everyone, welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm your host, Che Durena. Well, look at us back looking for some horrible things that grow out of the ground. You guys clearly loved the first video because it was getting some major views. It's a pretty helpful list. You don't want to end up like that soldier who used the suicide plant as toilet paper and then ended up committing, well, suicide. To keep your education about plants that might actually kill you, I put together today's list of top 10 scary plants that actually exist, part 2. Make sure you stick around for the top 2 because there's things on this list that are even deadlier than the previous list. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. Also, follow Most Amazing Top 10 on Instagram and Facebook because there is a ton of more content over there and it's a great way to get to know myself and the other hosts just a little bit better. And without taking any longer, let's get into this list. Number 10. Water hemlock. We're starting off today's list with a flower that is one of the most poisonous in the Western Hemisphere. As long as you don't ingest this bad boy, you should be fine. Although I don't recommend playing around with it. That's basically juggling a loaded handgun that's always pointed at yourself. If you do for whatever reason eat this thing, you can get ready to say goodbye. The poison will mess you up really bad. You'll be dead from either your heart stopping or from lung failure before you know it. I think the worst part about this is actually how cute it is. It actually looks nice, like something you could put in your garden or put in a bouquet. I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you're some sort of psychopath who leaves around bouquets for unsuspecting women and then they take the bouquet thinking it's a secret lover and then the bouquet actually kills them. I think I just thought of a new episode of Criminal Minds. Number 9. Rosary peas. Such a nice name for something that can kill you in such a brutal way. Deadly plants shouldn't be named like rosary peas, they should be named like death flower or apocalypse berries. Well, rosary peas are from India and they are pretty easy to identify by the bright red seeds. Now these seeds are bright and red for a reason. They're a huge warning. Like your buddy sending you a disturbing internet video and right before you open it, something pops up and says don't watch this or it's going to ruin your life, but you watch it anyways and then it ruins your life. Well, if you ever see rosary peas, please stay away. Just one of them has enough arbine to kill you, and it won't kill you in a nice way either. You won't die from having your heart stop like the water hemlock. That sounds like a dream compared to this. You start getting massive diarrhea and then puking and then internal bleeding until you finally die. Also, there's no antidote, so sleep tight. Number 8. Deadly Nightshade. Deadly Nightshade would for sure be my Cape Vigilante name. I would run around in the dark beating the hell out of criminals. I would get the name because I would throw a black sheet over them and then beat them up with a bat.
Cape in the boots. No capes.
And then of course I would whisper, Nightshade. Well, Deadly Nightshade is one of the most deadly plants on the planet. It grows in some areas of Africa, Asia, and Europe. It's so deadly that just one leaf can put a full-grown adult 6 feet under. It also goes by the name belladonna because in the 14th century, women would use the berries to dilate their pupils and look more attractive. They would get super high and be like, "Do you think I'm pretty?" Number 7. Bleeding tooth fungus. This one looks like it's pulled straight out of a horror movie. The name perfectly describes the look of this horrible little mushroom. It has a white puffy exterior with strange red fluid that oozes out of it. They kind of look like some sort of fruit snack that Gushers would make, and if you eat it, your head would turn into a giant pussy mushroom and all your friends and family would run away in terror.
Every Gushers piece is bursting with fruity juice.
Even though these things look like a giant fruit snack, please don't eat them. They have an antibiotic in them that can make you extremely sick. Also, I don't think we should just be picking random things up off the forest floor and then eating them. I know that used to work and that's how we used to survive, but now we have Costco. Trust in Costco. Number 6. The castor plant. I don't know if you guys have heard of ricin, but it's super deadly and the castor plant is chopped full of it. This plant is so poisonous that it can kill a full-grown person in just 4 seeds. It'll take about 2 days to finish the job and the road is going to suck. The entire 2 days is basically going to be waiting in bed rolling around until you die. Also, there's nothing you can do to save you. You're basically just helpless laying there. It's like when you're super hungover and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, but this time you actually die. Ricin was the poison that Walter White wanted to use in Breaking Bad. I'm pretty sure he was trying to assassinate someone or something like that. I don't want to give you too much info on the show because I don't want to spoil it for anyone, even though you've all had your chance to watch it. Number 5. Tobacco. Yeah, I know it's not the kind of deadly we usually have on this kind of list, but let's be honest, tobacco kills more people than almost anything on the planet. Tobacco is like the world heavyweight champion at beating the hell out of your lungs. This grandfather to the jewel is apparently responsible for over 1 million deaths, and of course it's linked to several types of cancer. It also has the wonderful chemical nicotine, which is super addictive. Personally, I've never smoked a cigarette, but I do have a lot of friends who do, and I know how addictive it is because I know how many times they've told me, I'm quitting, trust me, I'm quitting, I'm trying to quit right now, I'm gonna quit, like I'm quitting, I'm done. Tobacco is also crazy because it's the most prevalent drug among young adults. It just never really appealed to me. When it comes to drugs, I'm gonna stick with like fats and carbohydrates and sugars. Those are the kind of things I love. Thank you very much. Number 4, oleander. We got another cutie on the list. Man, why do they have to make these killer plants so damn cute? I mean, look at this thing. It's pink. It's not even like a bad pink. It's like a nice pink, like a soft pink that would complement my skin tone very nicely. That's one of the things that makes this plant so dangerous. Because it's such a little cutie patootie, people often use it as decoration. But if you were to eat any part of this plant, you would be 100% dead for sure. No exceptions. Just breathing in the smoke from it being burned is enough to put you in an early grave. In some places it's known as ass killer because before you die, you let loose. Big time poo-poo everywhere. That's the last act before you are judged by God. Number 3, death cap. Most mushrooms are actually super healthy for you. They can be used in all sorts of medicines, and they make Mario super jacked like he's been on a 12-week cycle of roids so he can get buff enough to slam dunk in the next Super Mario Sports spin-off. But this one will leave you feeling not so powerful if you ever have the misfortune of eating it. The death cap is quite possibly the most poisonous mushroom out there, and the toxins inside are very durable. Even cooking the mushroom at a high temperature won't break down the fungus's deadly qualities. If you are one of the unluckiest people around and you ingest this murderous forest dweller, then the following will be waiting for you. First, you're gonna barf. Then you're gonna have some wicked diarrhea, followed by your kidneys and liver and nervous system failing, and finally either coma or death. Wow, a lot of great options. Number 2, porcupine tomato. This one actually reminds me of those plants from the original Jumanji movie. It has these long spiny vines that are just out there to kill you. This thing can stretch up to 8 feet tall and 8 feet wide. That's like Shaq squared. This thing will spread very fast, so if it starts growing on your property, you should probably kill it with fire before it gets out of control. This thing will make your home its host, and you'll be stuck in there hoping some brave Uber driver will work his way through the brush just to drop off your tacos.
No caps.
But unless you live in Madagascar, I wouldn't worry about it. It only grows there, so it's Zabumafoon's problem and not yours. The poison is in the sharp spines that poke off its tentacle-like branches. Anyone who would poison themselves just to taste a tomato should be put on some sort of watch list. That person just creeps me out, or you just need like a better hobby, not tomatoes. And number 1 on our list is Fraxinella. This plant has worked its way all the way to number 1 because of its deadly effect on the body and how much the delay is. It hits you like an edible that you ate before work, and it was way too powerful. Now you're stuck at work trying to not have a panic attack and stare at the whole office. If you touch this plant, you won't feel anything right away. It might take a day or 2 before the effects kick in, but once it does, you'll know. Wherever your skin made contact with the plant will start to burn, and you'll feel weak and nauseous. Fraxinella is also called burning bush or gas plant because of its effect on your skin, and this one also looks so darn cute you might want to plant it in your garden. It's just like dating. It's always the cute ones that give you the most trouble. Well, that's our list, and thank you so much for tuning in. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. Also, if you want to see a part 3 of this video, make sure you send this video to all your friends so we can see if people like it. Also, make sure you follow Most Amazing Top 10 on Instagram and Facebook. There's loads of more content over there, and it's a great way to get to know myself and the other hosts just a little bit better. Until next time, I've been Shade Arena, and I'm just gonna stick to boring old kale. That's good enough.